Only 2 hours flying time from the principal European cities are the Islas Pitiusas, or Pine Islands of Ibiza and Formentera. The Pitiusas were so named by the Greeks because of the large number of pine trees that cover their coasts and interior. A predominantly agricultural and maritime past mingle in perfect harmony with the easygoing hospitality of the present, to delight the traveller in search of new holiday locations which are different, yet where he will receive a warm welcome. The tourist is offered a well-thought-out combination of all one could wish for: beauty, culture and tranquility in perfect harmony with the countryside and climate. The eastern part of the island of Ibiza, lit by the rising sun with the splendid Mediterranean light, is our destination. The village of Eulalia del Rio, which embraces the parishes of San Carlos, Santa Gertrudis, Jesus and Puigdenvals, an area which until the 14th century was known by the Arab name of Shark. Coves, beaches, marina and the seafront reach out from the cheerful centre of the village on the river, Eulalia del Rio, which lies spread out serenely below the viewpoint of Puigdenvals. This historic and religious spot embodies the spirit of a people who, whilst not forgetting the past, struggle for a future dedicated to providing hospitality. A hospitality that satisfies the yearnings of travellers the world over, with restful and sunny places in which to forget for a few memorable days the hustle and bustle of the metropolis. Before us unfurls a succession of places which combine the wisdom of centuries with a feeling of progress perfectly adapted to the natural ecosystem. A harmony between ancestral heritage of smooth green hills and wild coasts where irresistible secluded coves beckon you to bathe in their calm crystal water. Long sandy beaches sparkling in the sunlight where people from all over the world mingle together in a peaceful coexistence. Relax and enjoy your stay with us. We are always at your service to answer any questions or give you any information you may require. For anything you need to know apart from asking the naturally friendly inhabitants, the local police will advise you. Or if you need more complete or detailed information, go to the local tourist office where friendly multilingual staff are at your service. They will give you maps and leaflets and information about various events and places of interest. Comfortable hotels where the smallest detail is taken care of to ensure that the client lacks nothing that he needs to feel at home in this paradise of sunlight and sea. Friendly and festive surroundings in which to make friends with the locals and foreigners alike, with a cuisine to tempt the most particular eater and satisfy the most demanding gourmet. All at your service to fill happy hours and create a memorable holiday. If you would like more direct and exciting contact with the water, especially if you have children, we recommend the modern aquatic park, equipped with all the games and acrobatic apparatus necessary for a complete family day out. And there is no need to worry about the safety of the children. There is strict supervision at all times. We propose a first excursion to the Pla de Villa on the southern boundary of the town. There you can see the methods of cultivation and irrigation of the Arab era, the feshas with their characteristic portals or gates. If you go to Jesus, in one of the most enchanting churches on the island, you'll be able to see an exceptional work of art, a magnificent Gothic altarpiece work of Rodrigo de Osona, dating from the time of the Franciscan monks, which thanks to a careful and thorough restoration is now displayed in all its original splendour. Another typical product is the light and comfortable espardeñas, which is a much sought after souvenir of the island. Here we show you the recently restored mill in Puig d'en Vals, a demonstration of respect for the traditions of the island in an effort to bring back the practices and customs that define our personality. In Puig d'en Vals, the exceptional potter Daifa used to work before he died recently. He was self-taught and knew how to give a form to clay with the same spirit and artistry as the legendary Carthaginians. Tony Frigolas, another red clay craftsman, a skilled artisan, fashioning household articles in the traditional way, while holidaymakers look on in admiration. The heady sensations produced by a truly original and local liqueur, Las Hierbas Ibicencas, which takes its name from a mixture of herbs added to an aniseed base, changing the original flavour according to the type of herb it contains. Rosemary, fennel, thyme, chamomile and many more are used by each household to produce their own individual drink. In Puig d'en Vals itself is the only factory producing this liqueur commercially, following a now classic formula for this digestive drink which is exported to many countries. We are now in San Carlos at one of the most visited churches on the island. Its elegant structure and snow-white lime-washed walls blend harmoniously with the surroundings. San Carlos is the area in which customs and traditions of earlier ages are best preserved. It's as if time has stood still in a tranquility and calm envied by city dwellers. A serene and never-changing calm spreads over its fields. Watch how the country folk preserve the traditional methods of working that we thought were relegated to memory and museums. The purpose of these towers was primarily to protect the coast from Saracen attacks and other traditional coastal enemies. Here you have the elegant silhouette of the island of Tagamargo and the 18th century Tower of d'en Vals, which is in an excellent state of conservation. Is there anything more harmonious than the pastoral image of almond trees in flower under a mild winter sun? Even in the winter one can spend a tranquil and relaxing holiday and take pleasure in wandering through the countryside under the warm winter sun and fall in love with the beautiful surroundings. And what can we say about folklore? Its roots are lost in the mists of time, and they are a rich and clear sample of musical harmony of the different cultures that have passed through our islands over the centuries. Try it. Let yourself be carried away by the sound of the flute, or follow carefully the rhythm and intricate steps of the balpayés, hailed throughout the world as one of the most original and beautiful known folk dances. A courting ceremony, an age-old game of attraction between the sexes, with an evident symbolic message and an interesting beauty to charm any audience. Another example of Ibizan craftsmanship, musical instruments, huge castanets, drums, flutes. Listen to the ancestral sound of the charamia, a flute made from reeds, directly linked to the legendary life with pagan overtones. Or find yourself again in the thought-provoking balpayés, always performed at festivities. Let us rise up into the heights, a bird's-eye view of golden skin with the blue and green of the land and sea. Flying over a dream world open to everyone, to feel oneself part of a natural environment, old as mankind, but which we too often forget, lost in the stress of our daily affairs. Following the call of the sea, so tempting, we will discover extraordinary beautiful coves and beaches with virgin waters inviting us to bathe. Among the beaches we will see those of Cala Llonga, Talamanca, with a view of the walled city of Ibiza, Cala Estanyol, Sargamassa, the romantic corner of New Blau, Cala Lenya, Cala Pada and Cala Nova, with the variety offered in their tourist complexes. Images that celebrate life with happy enthusiasm and which make us opt for blissful holidays. If you have a sporting or restless spirit, then you will find plenty of entertainment, a whole range of activities from the most genial and inoffensive to those that need technical expertise and special abilities, or a love of risk and adventure, but try to be careful and not put your holidays at risk. Everyone can find enjoyment just right for them. In the northern part of the municipality, feel the strong attraction of transparent waters and visit other places ideal for enjoying a whole day on the beach. Keep in mind these names: Agua Blanca, Esfigurel, Calabosh, Podeslio, Calamastea and Tagomago. It is more than likely the visit will be repeated. In Escanar, a first-rate tourist centre, alternative means of transport can be found. Take one of the small boats that will take you to other coves or into the centre of Sant Eulalia. It is a delight and lazy way of discovering the hidden scenery along the coast. And being in the area, it would be unforgivable not to treat your taste buds to a typical meal in one of the beach bars and restaurants of Pau d'Eslio, Calamastea or Calabosh. The owners go out fishing and offer the day's catch to their delighted customers. Pay attention to how skillful hands prepare the exquisite fish stew before your eyes. After having eaten, you will know a little better the pleasures of this land. Talking of pleasures, this time for everyone, grown-ups and children, whether you have money in your pocket or not, another side you mustn't miss, the hippie markets of Escanar and Las Dalias, or even the one in the middle of Sant Eulalia. Under the welcome shade of the trees, wander through these stalls where you can find all sorts of bargains on offer for presents or for a treat for yourself. These markets have special flavour, reminiscent of an Arab bazaar, where skilled craftsmen and craftswomen seek a life in contact with nature and share the same freedom of spirit and thought which brought to our island young people who sought a way of life in harmony with nature, the hippies. You will feel part of this colourful fiesta, which is quite unique. However, if you're interested in buying antiques, there are magnificent opportunities in the large assortment of antique shops to be found in the town. From a small curio at a realistic price to an exclusive and valuable piece. It just depends on your taste and pocket. And action! On holiday there is also time for healthy exercise and strenuous and sporting activities. Another alternative, more leisurely but nonetheless stimulating and requiring a certain skill and experience, the prestigious golf club, the only one on the island where you can mix with the famous of all nationalities and where the greens are cared for like Persian carpets. Or why not ride by the sea between the pines, a healthy exercise to make you feel in harmony with the countryside. And to close this conducted tour of the most interesting spots in the municipality of Eulalia del Rio, we come to the town centre. Starting at the top of the Puig d'en Missa, crowned with its splendid fortified church, with the defence tower alongside, dating back to the 16th century. In years gone by, the local inhabitants took refuge in these buildings when the island was attacked. Today, apart from the religious services, important concerts with well-known musicians are held in the church. To the left of the church is the Museum of Laureano Baró, an excellent Catalan impressionist painter who came to the island at 47 years of age and was so enchanted that he settled here, painting his best pictures, full of light and colour, until he died here in Sant Eulalia at the age of 94. On the Puig d'en Missa we find the recently opened Ethnological Museum, installed in a typical country house which contains a large collection of exhibits, including an olive press, work tools, everyday wear and festive costumes, and samples of the authentic and beautiful Ibizan customs. A visit that we specially recommend so that a complete picture can be gathered of past and present. Take an unhurried walk through the Ramblers and the Plaza Isidora Maccabeach and contemplate the statue of the countrywoman. Browse among the trees and flowers for a scenic spot to take a souvenir photo. You will find plenty, as our municipality is the only one in the whole of the Balearic Islands which has been awarded a green flag by the EEC for its protection of its environment. The seafront, a wide and beautiful promenade ideal for a stroll, or sitting and watching the people pass by. Or you can go for a swim or sunbathe on the beach right in the centre of the town. Here we are in the modern recreational port with an infrastructure exacting enough to satisfy the needs of the lovers of navigation and amusement. A nautical complex that takes great pains to improve its installations and services year by year, to offer the increasing international demand the quality that we deserve in our continual efforts of professionalism. A more sensual and modern activity, ad-lib fashion, a feminine fashion art, celebrated all over the world for its elegant and seductive grace. And if you want to excite the senses, that of gastronomy is essential to a first-class holiday. From the island's most traditional specialities, the tempting fruits of the sea and land, to the national and most sophisticated and tasty international dishes. In this field, hotels and restaurants compete in variety, choice and courtesy towards the customer, so that the pleasures of the good food and good company bring an end to a memorable day. And a piece of advice that you will be grateful for: don't limit the happiness of your holiday to the tourist offers. Even though they are varied and plenty, try to find the essence of the place, the people, their festivals and culture, and their traditions. And what better time to meet than at the brilliant Spring Festival on the first Sunday in May, an explosion of happiness, colour, music, dance and flowers, and his feeling of civilised and fraternal harmony. With these happy scenes, we wish you a pleasant stay with us, with the hope that knowing us better, you will return. Thank you, and hasta la vista.